I'm sure everybody remembers the controversy that happened with the AEW Collision Ratings earlier this week. And more's come out, apparently, allegedly, and I'll have to say this in my Wrestle Talk voice. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer claims that WWE are the ones who put out the 122,000 number for AEW Collision. Yeah. That's what Dave is saying, and Tony also believes it and is trying to back it up, but we'll get into that. I'm leaving timestamps again in the description for people to get to wherever they want to be, because there's going to be multiple topics within this video. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is Chad Gable and Ricochet, because last week or something I put out a video explaining that their contracts are expiring according to the dirt sheets, and I explained that Chad Gable, I don't see him leaving at all. Ricochet, I said there's a chance, but he probably isn't leaving either because of his relationship with a certain ring announcer. But that might have changed, because, not for Chad Gable. Chad Gable, his contract, according to Dave Meltzer, expired yesterday. Yeah. And that doesn't make any sense, because A, he has a championship match next weekend, and B, he has a championship match next weekend. I mean, yeah, you can say Becky Lynch, they put the belt on her right before she left, but she was under contract. She was under contract. WWE aren't going to give someone a championship match who isn't under contract. They're not AEW, they're not Tony Khan. Tony Khan gives random people matches for his championships on Collision who aren't even signed to the fucking company. Triple H don't do that shit, right? Chad Gable, I don't know why people are pushing that he's leaving. Apparently, people in AEW are pushing for Tony to sign him, and it ain't gonna happen because he's doing the best work of his career. His one of his good friends, Otis, works there. He's very good friends with Otis, as he said in interviews, and he is booked for a championship match next weekend. Make it make sense. But Ricochet, this is a different story, because Ricochet's been getting fucking squashed by Bron Breakker for the last 2 weeks. And I just found a picture online. Now, warning, this picture will contain spoilers for WWE Speed, like anybody cares about that show. But here's the picture now, spoiler warning over. Ricochet is no longer the WWE Speed Champion. By the looks of this picture, Andrade is the new WWE Speed Champion. Yeah, this is a bit of a sign, don't you think? A bit of a sign that Ricochet has taken up the offer of Mr. Ospreay and is going to go and do indie-rific shit in AEW. By the looks of things, from what I can tell from this picture, Ricochet was the first Speed Champion. He hasn't had it for long. And boom, Andrade is the new champion. Just like that. Just around the time that Ricochet's contract is apparently set to expire. So, don't be shocked if we see Ricochet end up in the elite zone, the impact zone. No, he's not going to go to TNA, but he is probably going to go to AEW by the looks of this picture. And yeah, it is what it is. I mean, is Ricochet good? Yes. Are WWE doing anything with him? Not really. Right? Is Ricochet interesting as a character and a personality? Not so much. Not so much. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. If Ricochet's leaving, he's leaving. It is what it is. More TV time for people like Bronson Reed and Dijak, who hasn't appeared on Raw yet. But now that that's out of the way, Cody Rhodes finally grew some balls. Yes, a stipulation has been added to Cody Rhodes. Well, first of all, it's been confirmed, even though we knew it was going to happen anyway. It's been confirmed. Clash at the Castle, Cody versus AJ. But there's a stipulation. And while I'm happy that there's a stipulation, I'm not happy about what the stipulation is. So, it is an I Quit match. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles I Quit match. And you cannot make a match more fucking predictable but by making it an I Quit match. Unless some shenanigans happen, like with The Rock and Mankind, was it one of the Royal Rumbles, right? For their I Quit match, the babyface is always going to win the fucking I Quit match. Always. They're going to have the top face of the company say I quit. Okay, I don't think they're going to do what they did with Mankind and The Rock with the speakers and all that shit, the stupid audio. Because it won't make any fucking sense. Won't make any sense. So, yeah. AJ's obviously losing this match. And, yeah, I don't know. I like what AJ's doing at the minute. He's got Gallows and Anderson back. He's got the club back. The heels again. And it looks like they're going down the right path. But I don't want AJ losing too much, man. I don't. It looks like they're finally picking up something that he can work with, properly work with, and they're just going to send them out to lose. And yeah, it makes sense in a way, but I don't know, man. I'd like to see AJ win one more WWE Championship, at least one more. But I don't think we're ever going to see it. I think AJ's just here to give Cody something to do, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. They could have added another stipulation to make it a little bit less obvious about who was winning, because if the match can end by pinfall or submission, then it's a no disqualification. You could think, oh, Gallows and Anderson, they're going to help AJ win this match, because that would be a possibility. They can't help AJ win this match when Cody Rhodes has to say, I quit, and he won't. So, yeah, should have come up with a different stipulation, but at least it's better than a standard wrestling match, because in WWE, we need a little bit more stipulations, and in AEW, we need more standard wrestling matches. There's a huge imbalance, and we need to balance things out a bit more. But speaking of fucking AEW, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer, is saying that WWE are the ones who put out the 122,000 viewer number for AEW Collision. And Tony Khan seemingly believes this, because he's put out a tweet saying that these are the same perverted tactics used against Jim Crockett and so on. He's comparing himself to all these old promoters again, when he has no business doing so. And he's trying to confirm this conspiracy theory that WWE cares so much about AEW Collision Ratings. I mean, I'd sort of understand if it was Dynamite, sort of understand if it was Dynamite, but it ain't Dynamite. It's Collision. Nobody watches fucking Collision. I don't care if it's a Saturday night. Lots of people stay in on a Saturday night. Okay? AEW Collision should be doing better numbers than what they're doing. I said this in that ratings video I posted and then deleted. Even though the number was wrong in that video, I still stand by what I said when AEW Collision, nobody cares. Right? All these AEW fans, I don't think all of them, or even any of them, are out clubbing or having meals. They just choose to watch something else because they don't want to watch Collision. But Dave and Tony are like a couple of fucking schoolgirls trying to make up rumours about their enemy, who is another schoolgirl from a different clique, different group, right? And this stems from Tony's little mini meltdown yesterday that he did. He said that he books AEW for sickos because he's a sicko. And then he noted that this was a reference to a movie, but it still applies, right? He still said it. He still meant it. Even though it was a reference, he still meant it. And then he said something about waking up the bots because we're all having so much fun at AEW. So much fun. And I think it's all fucking pathetic, man. It is. It was the Fast Nationals that Alfred posted. That I didn't realise the Fast Nationals at that time were an inaccurate number, but Alfred posted them, and now Dave's saying that WWE gave him that number to post. I don't think so. I don't think so. I doubt that there's any relationship with WWE and Alfred. I doubt there's. If there's one, it's probably a very small one, but not a relationship to where WWE are gonna give him fake numbers to post about AEW's second show that does worse numbers than NXT. Ain't gonna happen. Nobody fucking cares about Collision. Nobody fucking cares about the Collision ratings unless it's really bad, right? I never, apart from that one video I did, I never talk about AEW Collision because I don't care enough. Same with Rampage. Same with TNA. Same with MLW, NWA, New Japan, right? I don't talk about these fucking places because I don't care enough. It's rare I talk about NXT. I'm only talking about NXT recently because of the Ethan Page stuff and the TNA stuff. But at the end of the day, Rampage and Collision are irrelevant shows. WWE do not care about them. They don't. Okay? When WWE do a PLE on a Saturday and AEW Collision's also on that Saturday, I don't think they care about how many people they're going to lose to AEW Collision. Okay, it's about 200,000 to 300,000 people, AEW fans, who would rather sit and watch Collision than watch, I don't know, Royal Rumble or WrestleMania because they're very sad people. Very, very sad people who would rather sit there and watch Dax Harwood versus Jobber number 65 instead of watching, I don't know, the Royal Rumble match, right? These people are sad, pathetic, and need to get a life. But as for Dave Meltzer, again, I put a community post up early this week, saying that all these wrestling news channels, they always use Dave Meltzer as not just a source for news, but they use him for the thumbnail and the title. His news makes their thumbnails, right? And it isn't indicated in their thumbnails or their titles that this is potentially inaccurate. Now, Dave's news will make my thumbnail today, but I'm going to make it very clear in that thumbnail that this is bullshit. Because that's what you do. That's how you be an honest person on YouTube. Instead of, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer Radio said that AJ Styles will be facing Cody Rhodes at Clash at the Castle. Shut the fuck up. I don't know. Let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments, and I'm gonna watch the rise and fall of not the rise and fall. What the fuck am I talking about? Who killed WCW? I was about to talk about my own documentary that I put out, The Rise and Fall of AEW. Who killed WCW? I'm going to be watching that, and I may review it. Not sure, but we'll see. Like, subscribe, follow me on X at eCrossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.